Hey guys, it's Ethan here from the AutoSource Lakenheath Commissary office, and today I just want to show you the reasons why I think this Mustang Ecoboost is as good as a buy as the Mustang GT. So, looking at this Mustang, you can't tell that it's not a GT unless you look at the front here. The only difference is here there's usually fangs on the GT and on the Ecoboost there's not, and the vents are slightly different, very slightly different. Looking down, you've got the front splitter, which you get on the GT, so it's identical to the GT. The lights are identical to the one on the GT, and you've got these vents on the hood, which again are exactly the same as you get on the GT. Coming down to the side of the Mustang, you've got these alloys here, and these alloys are different. These are the premium alloys, but I do think these look better personally. And then looking up here, on the GT there's a 5.0 badge usually, which is not on here, but it's not a game changer, is it? Coming down to the side, everything else is the same. You got the skirts, which is exactly the same, the rear here, which is the same, but the very back of the car, there are a little bit of differences here. So the exhaust tips at the bottom, they're a little bit bigger on the GT, but I don't think they look bad on this car. They do look mean on here. Coming up here to the pony, this is usually a GT badge on the Mustang GT, and then the spoiler, you can get that on the GT as well. So personally, I think it does look very good, looks the same as a GT, but a lot of people don't think the performance is the same. So let's hop in and we can show you what the performance is like in this Ecoboost. This is the Ecoboost, so it does have the 310 horsepower, so that is a lot of horsepower. It's got the 350 foot-pounds of torque, which again is a lot of torque. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you guys the power that this car does actually produce. So we're just going to floor it now. I'm not going to go too crazy because it is a new car, but let's have a look. So as you can see, it's got the power behind it. It's got that torque, it's got that power. It is a really good car. It does pick up really well. Right, so you can see it's got all that power, and for someone like me, I'm 20 years old, this car is 310 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque. It's perfect for me. I can't afford the insurance on the V8. It's too much money for me to insure. But this, it's perfect. It's got the looks, it's got the power, and it's a Mustang. So this is the inside of the Mustang Ecoboost. As you can see, it is very nice. This is the premium package, so it does look good. Here in front of me, you've got, to my left is the rev counter, to my right is the speed counter. They look really nice. And then in the center you've got your computer screen. So that computer screen shows your gauge mode, your trip and fuel, track settings, driver settings, all that. On the steering wheel you've got all your audio controls and all that, and this one on the right controls the middle computer, cruise control and all that as well. Looking down to my right, you've got your Sync 3 screen. That Sync 3 screen is really cool. It houses everything, so your audio, your climate control, your apps and your phone and all that. And you can also plug your phone in. So if you've got an Android phone, you get Android Auto, or an Apple phone, Apple CarPlay. Basically your phone is on the screen. If you want to look more about that, it's all on our blog, so have a look at our blog and you can look more detail into that. Further down you've got your climate control, so you've got your heated seats, your cooled seats, your fan controls and all that. Everyone knows how that works. Looking down, you've got your start stop here, and you've got all your switches here. These switches are quite cool, so you switch it up on the first one to turn on your hazard lights. The next one is your traction control. The one after that is your steering wheel comfort modes, and then the last one is your modes. So you've got track mode, sport mode, rain, all that, which is quite nice. So this is the 6-speed manual gearbox, which is really nice, but you can also get it in a 10-speed, and that 10-speed is amazing. It really does go through those gears really smooth. So that was the Mustang Ecoboost, and I think we can all agree the horsepower and the torque on this is amazing. It really does push this car. So for me, this car is perfect. It's got 310 horsepower and 350 foot-pounds of torque. Insurance is good for me, gas mileage is good for me, and the car itself is 10 grand cheaper than a GT. So it's a perfect car for me. So if you're looking to get one of these, come talk to myself, Ethan, or talk to my dad, Chris, here at the commissary office, and we'll help you out. So thanks for watching my video, and we'll see you later.